My feet are cold. I got to get all my blankets on.
And you need to make sure you buy the one for foot pain, because they have another one that says for something else, but this seems to be the one that works.
Okay. So let's do a little check-in where we are and kind of what we would like to accomplish in this time we have together. In writing in Slack, I hit on something I'm still trying to put into words. That's the part that just I find the hardest, is having an idea or a feeling inside that's new, and I know it's important, and not being able to put it into words. So my example that I love is going to the doctor, and because you showed up, you're asking him for help, he or she. And we don't have to say, fix my arm. You just say it's broken. And he knows what to do, he or she knows what to do, does whatever is needed to do, done, sets the bone, puts it in a cast, and we go home. And there's no question in my mind what happens next. What happens next is the arm heals. I don't do anything except keep it dry. And I go back in the allotted time, cast comes off, the arm is checked, and I'm on my way. So to me, healing is the same process. And not sure how to put that into words, because it's not always a broken bone. It can be lack of money. It can be lack of faith. It can be conflict instead of loving relationships. It can be a history of abuse. It can be chronic pain. It can be a chronic health issue. It can be any number of things. But to me, there's something so simple and so powerful in going to a doctor and saying, this is my problem, and getting out of the way. I don't do anything. Yes?
I would just want to jump on your model, because there's some things in it. First of all, you stop, you recognize the pain, right? And you go to someone who can identify how to put those bones where they need to be. So there's something about that other who has put the bones in wherever and put it into a cast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when you let go, I think it's very much like we do in healing. And how can we compress the process? Because when you put the bone into the right order and you put it into the cast, and you're just going to let that cast hold it while you don't interfere with it, then that's when you let go. Correct?
Yeah.
And so that's where I'm at with you now. Go further.
I can't. See, that's it. That's where I am. And it's like, I know this is an extremely important process of my part and Source's part,
Mm-hmm.
or someone in between.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so simple, it's hard to put into steps 1, 2, 3, 4. But that's what I think we need to do.
I do it in CAD class, Sue. And I'll tell you how I do in tag class, and that may be part of the answer or not. Okay?
Okay.
So in tag class, being aware, because a lot of times we just let the pain hurt and hurt and hurt and just ignore it, right? So aware, I have a pain here. The pain is like a broken bone. Something's wrong with this pain, okay? With this causing pain. So then what I have the students do, what's in your toolbox? First, what's in your toolbox? Might be put on cream. It might be do a soul integration to say, I'm going to talk to that part. What's in your toolbox? And if it's not in your toolbox, but you start with your toolbox and you do the action of the toolbox, which is always in the tag work, connecting to the greater world, to your team of healers, right? So you do your part with your tool, and then what I have them say, and say, is there anything more, team, you need from me for this particular action? Is there anything more you need from me?
Mhm.
And yes, we need, think about that. Okay, put in this tool. Anything more you need from me? No, we've got it. Great. I step back and now I let go, knowing that I'm not being directed now by the pain as much as the pain, and maybe give me feedback, but now I'm being directed if I need to step in or to call someone else or to take further action, then I'm going to hear it from the team that's in charge of healing this.
Yeah.
And because sometimes a broken bone is easy, but a broken soul sometimes is pretty complex. And so sometimes there's another part to do, and that's what we get tired of doing, the other parts maybe. But I think those steps are still accurate, like you say. I have a pain. What do I know that I can identify where it's broken, put the bandage in place. Now, I'm going to turn it over. You could say I'm turning it over to my body that knows how to heal. You could say I'm turning it over to my healing team that can, whoever. It's really, we've done the work we can do, and that's when we sit back. We might put cream on it periodically, just do that, but we keep the foot dry, as you say. And then if there's anything more we can do or need to do, then we know we'll be called back into action.
Yep. That's what I've been doing. That because after the car accident, it must have jarred all kinds of things loose within me, because all kinds of patterns and feelings are coming up. And when it's a big, deep pattern from trauma, and I don't know what to do with it, I have to call in help. And it's the same thing. So I go within and ask my higher self what I need to do. And then I get a guidance, and I go that step. And then I ask, now what do I need to do? And it's usually at some point in time is make a decision to let it go. Let it go and move on. And then make a decision that I'm going to allow the healing, because I think sometimes we just don't allow healing. I have to make a decision to allow the healing, to allow the love and light to come in. So we all have a process, and I want to be open to everybody's process. And Alexandra, are you able to hear us now? But you can't talk to us.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I can talk and hear and watch.
Okay, this is good. This is really, really good.
Okay.
Well, Sue, I think with your example, the thing that really struck me, and I think it also is the same with what Sharon's saying, the part of your example of broken arm that struck me is that once it's in the cast, you let go of it. It's like once it's secured. And that's true. We do that. Once the process has been done, then we don't sit and worry about, well, is it healing today? Is it what's going on? We just know we have so many weeks. So what I'm focusing on is that point where we know we've secured it, maybe with our higher team, if we're doing, not going to the doctor, but we're doing ourselves. That moment where we know it's secured, and then we let go. The letting go seems to be a huge, huge piece.
Can I jump in here again?
Sure.
Again, a lot of this is in the tag class, so that's why it's fresh in my mind. The law of reciprocity is really important. I didn't even know what that was. My team says, you've got to know the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity is you give out 10, 10 times comes back. You give out 10, 10 times comes back. Okay, I think it's been diverted to be the law of tithing. It's not the law of tithing,
Yeah.
law of reciprocity. So the reciprocity says is this: all ideas for our support and our actions come from unseen. That's our manna. We didn't bring in 401ks. So idea comes to us, and sometimes it's a call for help from another, which is a client. Sometimes it comes from a call for help from within our own self, and we are our own client. Okay, so here's the idea, and it comes. So we're going along doing and here's the call. And I like to, I turn my body because I need to, so I'm going to do it that way for you too. So here's the call for help. And I'm going to answer the call. And then I'm going to turn and I am going to become active, and I'm going to say, what is needing to be done? Where's the break? What tools do I have? Is there somebody else who has tools more than me? And I'm going to get the bone set. I'm going to do the work, going to get the bone set. And then I'm going to say to my team or to my body, is there anything else you need from me? Because I'm the point of authority and declaration. I set it in place. Is there anything more you need from me? And I stay here focused on giving. See, I'm actively giving, doing, and until I hear, no, we're fine, we've got it. That's when the letting go happens. And so many of us stay connected to both. We got to do more, do more, do more. Let go and swing to still point, to being. And for me, I had to originally had to really, really practice pulling, staying, pulling, staying. I'm here, present. Then the other part of that, which is so important, is to turn to the unseen, unlimited stream of unformed energy and open the gate to receive. Open the gate. I'm ready. Here's my lake. I'm not ready to use that unformed energy yet, but have a lake here prepared, or reservoir, or tower, or whatever. I open that gate and allow 10 times what I gave out to come in. And I just be there. I had to create a lake, put my feet in, just great. Okay. And now that is complete. Then I'm back to still point being, ready to receive whatever idea, any call that comes. Now, when an idea comes, I have not only unlimited in the galactic world, I have unlimited right here handy. If it's money I need, then I form it with manifestation. If it's connections I need, I form it with manifestation. So you hit on a really, I think, important part, Lynn. For me, it was I really had to come to a realization that I don't let go. I didn't let go well, and I certainly didn't open to receive in that way. So maybe that helps.
It does. I like the last piece too, the open to receive. We forget that what we give out, what we give out, I believe that what we give out, giving out and receiving are the same, basically. When you give out, it comes back, but you got to be open to receiving what's coming
Yeah,
back.
I think making it conscious for me made it more powerful. Because I mean, there's an assumption here, but I was so stuck in doing, and I was not at all opening the receiving in the same way. So I think that, that was helpful for me.
Yeah. And I think that's part of the human struggle, is letting go and trusting the process. Okay. Anyone want to add anything? Anyone want to give a little information where they are? Check in. Say something.
This is Alexandra. Can you hear me?
You can. Yep.
Okay. I have not been to this session because I keep forgetting. Um, but I'm coming today because I'm dealing with a surprise healing crisis because I was feeling much better after being sick for 2 years and I was doing well for 3 or 4 months. And 2 weeks ago, I went to an outdoor festival and I came home and I thought I just had food poisoning, but I have been sick ever since. And that's been 2 solid weeks. And it's been worse than when I had COVID. In fact, when I had COVID in January, it was nothing. I breezed right through it. And I just can't seem to cut through what's going on. And I get up, I'm a writer, I work a couple hours, I have to go back to bed. I get up, I work a couple hours, I have to go back to bed. So I'm literally taking 3 naps a day. And I just can't seem to cut through what this is all about.
Do you have a sense? Do you have a feeling? Anything that is telling you that you need to go to the doctor? Or is it something you think you just have to go through?
Well, usually I'm extremely intuitive and I've written hundreds of articles on health and I know a lot about health. And so it's like when I had COVID, I literally was over it in 48 hours. It was gone. And this one, I'm doing my immune system stuff and my vitamin C and my zinc and I don't know. I'm going to go to the doctor in 2 weeks for a physical. Um, but I just it's baffling me because it's like I can't quite get to that brass ring of why this is happening and how to cut through.
Okay. So we will need to add you into the circle.
Yeah.
And we need to add all the people that we have on our list, or the number that we have on our list of people we want to bring into the circle. And the issue I was thinking of this morning is all the lies in the social media and the news media. And I want to bring that in today to break that power of lies, deceit, corruption. It's just the dark. So the first thing I want to do is all parasitics, all intruders, all invaders be gone from our consciousness, our individual consciousness, our collective consciousness, and our circle, and call in the PTO and the tag team to identify, neutralize, and remove from our consciousness, our circle, and the planet. Take it back to where it needs to go. And I want to, for all negative programs, negative patterns, negative limiting beliefs, be gone, be healed, be gone. And any other shadows that are not of our light, that are an intrusion and a distraction, be gone. Because they do not have permission to be within us. And to call in your support teams, your support circles, your support teams. Bring all of them in. And let's set an intention to be open to the love and light that is our guidance and it is our protection, and it is our source. And be open to all of that for guidance, direction, awareness, intuition, an enhanced intuition. And invite in the wisdom that leads us step by step on the path that we are each on. Is there anything else we want to add into our circle?
Could we put around the circle art that we're each cocooned in that 5 layer of protection and guidance? ourselves, our homes, our lands, and those that we love.
Yes. So
I would
there's,
love to invite us to consciously connect to each other so that we, apart from being individual and our individual teams, that we consciously connect to each other and to create one field and one container, giving it, for me, more power.
yes.
This is, thank you, Maria Christina. That's feels really powerful. And personally, I'm having a cyst on my face removed today later this morning, that they have to surgically do it because he said it'll need stitches. It's not a big deal or whatever, but it's, it's on my mind. Okay. So it's never fun to have anybody cutting on you or whatever. So I just want to stay in my spiritual body as my doctor supports my physical body. So I'd appreciate that support.
Okay. And it is added in, so it is. Anything else anyone wants to add in? Okay, then let's go on our journey. And this is a journey between you and your higher self. You can go on mute, you can go off camera, you can stay on camera, whichever is more powerful to you. And this is for healing. This is for mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and energetic healing for ourselves, for all of those who are on our heart, for all of those on our list, and for all of those who have ever asked us for help, and for all humanity. And let us feel our feet firmly on Mother Earth. Feel the support. Feel the connection. Knowing we are connected all the time, but we sometimes need to feel it. All the unconditional love, all the nurturing flowing from her right up into us, each of us. And knowing that source consciousness, God consciousness is all around us. We can take our focus up, connect to the portal, or we can just feel the support all around us. It's around each of us. The space is around every one of the planets in our solar system. The space fills our universe, and the space outside our universe that created the manifestation of our universe and everything in it. It is all one. And we are connected to all that Source is. We just don't have total awareness of it. But our higher self does. And that's where we can rest in the knowing and the trusting that a part of who and what we are has all the answers, knows the solutions. And together, I believe we are part of the ancient ones. So we are all connected. And let us spend a few minutes, I think 10. We'll spend at least 10 minutes in the silence, in the quantum field within us, where we give over any problem, any lack, any conflict, any confusion. We give it over to the quantum field, our higher self, source consciousness, and ask for clarity, or ask for healing. Trusting the process, letting it go, knowing that as we ask, we receive, and as we receive, we send forth out to others. I see myself as a channel. I receive and I give out. And if there's nothing specific, we can receive love and light that is more powerful than we can imagine. Unconditional love from within us, from each other, from the ancient ones, from source, from all the circles of support who are aware of us and are loving us all the time. Taking that in, soaking it up like a sponge, and then sending it out. It doesn't stay. We don't want to trap it or hold it. We want to enjoy it, feel it, absorb it. And as it flows in and through and out, our whole body on every level responds. It's in our DNA. It's who and what we are. Our truth is balance. Our truth is love and light. The only thing that separates us is our imagination. So just set it aside. Anything that creates a limiting belief, just set it aside and allow your mind and your heart to open and your body to receive all the messages that are needed, all the love and light that is needed to bring balance back. That is our divine nature. It is our truth. It is who and what we are. And we're going to sit with this for 10 minutes and see it, feel it. So important to feel it. Feel the love and light just flow in like a floodgate, just flow in. Fill us and see it go back out in a circle. Flows in, fills us, flows out, goes out and around and comes back in. It's all source. And I'll call us back. You may very gently start coming back to our circle. Or if you are in a place you want to continue, just give a little wave. And you may leave. Take another minute for all of us to come back. Do you need more time, Alexandra? There is also a possibility that she stepped away from her desk. Is there anyone who would like to share?
I just want to say thank you for the time to be in group doing this kind of work. It's often I'm alone doing it, and so it's fun to be in group with it. Thank you.
I love the feeling that we're all connected through our hearts. That just fills me up to overflowing. I love that feeling. And I was guided, oh my gosh, I was guided to let go and let go of limiting beliefs, let go of trauma, let go of the past, let go of past lifetimes. And then I got to a point where I just felt kind of empty. And I was guided, now choose and receive, be open to receive the fullness of love and light. That felt so good. Just receive it for myself, receive it for my family, receive, and everything I let go of, it was me and future generations. And everything I was receiving was for me and future generations, and I could feel it. It was so awesome. And that's what the power of group does for me.
I'm just so grateful. Yes, just grateful for the space and the connection. And I could hear soul language wanting to come through today. So do you want to hear it?
Yes.
I call it soul language. So Namati paho parasi tiniapo e nakakura sitamati upasa yeko nasi tayama yo tisatini nakisa niho tiasapi ni yakusata neraposeti ya potesepe nese nukaya merati pasitahi haho yepure ne ma. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maria Christina.
It was very moving.
Thank you, everyone.
Blessings.
Let's go in love and light and be it. Live it, be love and light to each other. So it is.
So it is.
So it is.